ever struggled introducing yourself on first day at work? In this video, we're gonna share some tips for you how to introduce yourself on first day at work. Go first introduce yourself. Base your introduction on your environment, and your introduction should be simple when introduce yourself to a new team or new colleagues. Consider your new workplace environment and determine whether you should introduce yourself in a casual or formal way. Make sure your approach suits with your company's culture and style. For a brief introduction, you can say your name, your position, your past experience, and your old workplace. After you get offer letter, respond back. You must saying that you are so happy to go there and you can't wait to meet them in person, and how exciting to work in this job or with a new team. In your first day at work, don't hang back. Remember that you are a new staff. Go around and introduce yourself to your new colleagues. It's a great way to meet people. Having the conversation is so important to make a great teamwork, and it will increase your chemistry with your team. By looking at the organization or seating chart, you can easily identify your co-workers and find out where the team and department located. Find out who colleagues you will be interacting with to introduce yourself.
For example, when you meet new people at your new company, just say like, "Hi, good morning. I'm Natasha. I'm the new graphic designer here. I work at JTC company for 5 years before joining this company. I'm looking forward to getting to know you or working together with you." Later, when you don't remember their name, just confess. For example, say, "Sorry, I've met so many new people. I'm Natasha. What is your name?" Just be yourself. That's why they hired you. Don't try witty catchphrases or anything like that. Besides, be very pleasant to the team. Learn their names and greet them each day with a smile and some chat. If someone helps you even something small, say thanks, because people appreciate being appreciated. Don't just try and impress the boss, but get to know your team and a little bit about them. Generally, people like to work with people who they like.
So, next, we will tap into the topic of perfecting your intro. It is important to have a perfect intro to tell about yourself. A perfect introduction lets yourself to be on a personal level with your work colleague. In a good introduction, it sums up yourself perfectly. A good introduction will also help to leave a good first impression about yourself in the eyes of your work colleague and your team. It is because you are the one who leading their thought about yourself and what to expect from you. This will help them from developing a bad impression about you when you join the team or the workplace. So, what a perfect introduction looks like? In a perfect introduction, you may also include your skills, your talent, and your experience or training that you did in your studies or the past work that you did. Sharing all this information will help your team or your work colleague to know what to expect when they start working with you. In your introduction, you may also include your hobby, as this will help your work colleague or your team to get closer to you and make you look less a type of a person and a more sociable or more human person in general. A perfect introduction will make your team or your work colleague to be excited to start working with you. So, it is important to start perfecting your introduction before you start working in a new place or in a new team.
Tell me about yourself. It's a question that frequently asked by the interviewer in a job interview. It is a good way for the interviewer to get insight about your personality. This question may look simple and easy to answer, but it is a little bit tricky to answer precisely. To answer this question, use present, past, future format. First, Tell them about your current job, achievements, and personal hobby or passion. Then, tell them about how you get where you are, including your education, past job, achievements, internship, and volunteer experience. Finish the answer by telling about your future goals. Avoid as much as possible. Answer this question by recite from your resume. Don't memorize the answer, but practice to perfect your answer. So, can you tell me about yourself? I'm freshly graduated with my degree in geography 3 months ago. I chose that field of study because I have always been interested in interaction between human societies and natural environment. Recently, I completed my internship at Special Work Sdn Bhd. I've learned many things about GIS and how to apply that skill in real world. This position seemed like a great opportunity to advance those skills and continue building my career and challenging myself through the limit.
Body language. Body language is one of the ways we can use when introducing ourselves on the first day of work. The fact is because body language plays an important role in attracting employers throughout soft skills. The term of body language refers to all nonverbal methods of communication. What's nonverbal communication? Nonverbal communication refers to any message sent by a person without any words. Body language is usually combined with verbal message to communicate clearly and effectively. In many situations, body language is one of the most important elements of communication, especially when introducing ourselves on the first day at work. There are some specific types of body language. First, facial expression, such as smiling, frowning, or rolling his eyes. Next, through our hand gestures like waving, signaling someone to approach, or counting with fingers. Other than that, body postures such as slumping, sitting upright, or leaning away from someone. And lastly, other types of gestures like shrugging, clapping, or shaking someone's hand. Body language allows us to convey a variety of messages in the workplace. As we are introducing ourselves on the first day at work, we will definitely use body language. Body language can convey a person's level of interest or focus. For example, when we introduce ourselves during the first day at work, the employer and the other employees face you. Note when you speak, you may get full attention from them. But if one of the employees just lean back in their chair and constantly look away from you or wiggle their fingers, they may be bored or distracted by what you are conveying. Therefore, if you are able to interpret body language more accurately, you can definitely improving your skill as a professional communicator. So, we can say that obviously body language is one of the ways that we should care for more attention on the first day at work, especially when we are introducing ourselves.